It's a very mad, crazy, hectic day here in Belfast, and I am delighted to say, in fact a wee bit surprised to say, I am joined by Faye and H from Steps. Collective round of applause, Steps. Collective round of applause. Now that was something I didn't think I'd ever say again in my life.
Us too.
Explain to the uninitiated among us exactly what's gone on and what's happening in Belfast in the next wee while.
It's just kind of snowballed this week, really. We've released our Ultimate Collection and we've recorded our TV series, and now we're announcing tour tickets. It's bonkers.
As in complete massive arena tours.
As in complete massive arena tours, and we're going to be here in Belfast on the 2nd of April next year, kick-starting our brand new Ultimate Tour.
Look at that, I like the way you did over the shoulder there to make sure she got the dates right. Good.
I knew that.
Well, listen, don't be panicking, we will keep them updated with dates and stuff, but tell me what's going on and how did we end up here now, because someone like myself who DJs in nightclubs, I'm still, I'll be honest, is partial to throwing in an odd Steps tune every now and again.
Really,
yeah.
Genuinely. Why do you do that though?
Why? This is the question I was going to ask you. I'm partial to doing that, so obviously it still has a huge amount of popularity. Is that why you decided to get on board, or as the critics would say, oh, you're just in this for a payday? What is the full answer?
This was never meant to happen. The record company were releasing our Ultimate Collection, so we wanted to get together and honour that and give it the support that it deserved. And then that turned into a proposal for a TV show, and now we've just had the tour offer. Well, we've just gone, okay, there must be a lot of nostalgia kicking in and a lot of love out there, and why not? Let's do it, let's have a party.
I think the most surprising thing for someone like me is I knew potentially there would be a lot of interest for something like this, and I thought the smaller venues you would start off in smaller venues. As Take That had done.
We thought we'd be doing theatres if we did anything, and we didn't know whether it was just going to be UK based or whether it was just going to be London based, whether it would start with one gig to see what happened or what. And the fact that we had a tour offer for 14 venues, arenas, it made us feel a bit nervous.
Humbled, I'm sure, as well.
A little bit sick too.
Because I thought it was going to go the way of Take That. Now Take That, obviously they came back and they did smaller venues, and then they bigged up the arenas, and then they went to the stadiums. Okay, so you're good.
Not sure we'll be doing stadiums.
Well, hold on. That parallel is going to be made now, whether you like it or not, because it's sort of a nostalgia thing. 90s coming back, and people wanting to relive their teens or their childhood. What do you have to say to those fans who are already ridiculously excited about the fact that Steps, yes, you heard me right, Steps are coming back?
It's just incredible that people are still with us, and obviously the people that had kind of that interest back then, they now have kids, and the nostalgia's kicking in. I think it's just an excuse to introduce their kids to Steps, really, isn't it? So they can come.
and as a band, I have to ask these questions. Now, there's so many different rumours of who fell out with who or who's not getting on. I put it out on Twitter yesterday going, any questions for Steps? And the questions were pretty much, I thought Lisa always said once her MTV show didn't work that she would never go back into music again. She's back into music. Then there's a rumour that you and Claire don't get on with the rest of the band. Right? So these are rumours. These are the rumours I'm hearing. So tell me, I'm letting you set the record straight now. What is the situation?
We're all here because we actually want to be in each other's lives now. There was a long time, it was like a marriage that broke up, but we've resolved all of our differences and we've started to communicate as human beings and adults. And yeah, we're doing this because we really want to be here.
So that would suggest that the texters and the Twitterers were actually right. There was some sort of, how do I put it, a fallout. But listen, he's not going to go into detail. I'll go to you.
I'll tell you.
Okay, you tell me.
No, what happened back in the day is being shown very publicly on our Sky Living documentary.
Plug.
Last week. Next week is the last week of it.
Next week, last week, Sky Living.
Yeah. But yeah, it was an acrimonious split. It was really difficult back in the day. Claire and H resigned before we were just about to go on stage to do our penultimate show at Manchester. And it was a very difficult day, but yes, it was hard, but then 2 years later down the line, we all started getting back in touch with each other, just as mates, and supporting each other in different careers and shows and jobs and things like this, and family and kids and marriages and all this sort of stuff. So we became friends again, sort of separately. And then when we heard about the Sony thing, it was like, well, let's talk about this seriously, because we wanted to uphold the legacy that we left behind, you know, and it's really important because it's our baby and it's our faces and our voices, so we wanted to support it.
And just, I'll defend Lisa a little bit as well. Her MTV series, she was a little bit stitched up with that. She was, and you know, she was made to kind of say things that she didn't want to say, but she had to say because of contracts and things. So in her defence, that was not planned.
It was blown out of proportion, bless her, but she was so excited. You should have seen how skippy she was on Monday when we first performed the steps on this morning. She was bubbling, she was like on air and so excited.
She downed a crate of Red Bull.
No, I didn't think that in my professional career again I'd be playing steps. So obviously now,
are you too cool for that?
Yeah. You know, look at the microphone.
Oh, there you go.
Look at the microphone.
Cool
right?
by name.
I didn't necessarily think I'd be playing a step song again that wasn't stuck in a top 10 or a nostalgia moment, right? I didn't think I'd be playing it off its own back as a standalone track, right? So I'll ask both of you individually, what song out of all your back catalogue do you think represents everything that you're about? All right, that's a random cliche DJ question for you.
Not at all. I'm a pop boy. I love pop.
You would never have guessed that.
But if I wasn't in Steps, I would have loved our music. And for me, the song that encapsulates everything the Steps is about is Summer of Love.
Okay, Summer of Love and Faith.
Very interesting. I think what I get thrown at in the street is, oh, it's just
Yeah.
That's what we get. So for me, it's got to be Tragedy.
I was actually planning on ending the interview with, it's a tragedy that you've been gone for so long, but you've got in there ahead of me. But
Sorry, ruined your show.
No, it's fine. What I will say is, good luck with everything, because I think you'll agree that maybe there was a massive slice of luck into how this all ended up happening again. It didn't happen.
We were H and I were actually in Belfast doing the Rhinestone Mondays tour at the Grand Opera House.
Plug number two.
Still here till Saturday at night. And we weren't supposed to be talking about step stuff. We weren't supposed to be announcing that our tickets are on sale for our arena tour. It's amazing. We can't believe we're here. So we just want to say a massive thank you to everybody who supported us and everyone who wants us here.
And Mr. Hitch, I'll give you the opportunity to say what you would like to say about it.
It's just incredible to be back and talking about things as we're a band again. Really, really lovely. Right,
I don't think this interview would be complete without both of you eyeing the camera up there and showing me how to physically do the tragedy bit, because I'll have to say, right, as I was saying earlier on in the interview, I do DJ in clubs and people will ask me for steps occasionally, or I'll play 90s nostalgia nights.
Love it.
I do, I have to say, you know. But when I play it, it's exactly the same thing. It's everybody doing the hand thing.
And they know it.
But I don't know it right.
You can't do it with the microphone.
Right, well, I'm going to put the microphone down here, and from me, Connor Phillips, in a very sort of strange but yet content and happy Belfast hotel room, I want to say thank you to Faye. I want to say thank you to H from Steps, and they're now going to show me how to do the tragedy moment. I get the feeling this could haunt me in years to come. Okay, right. Show us how to do it. Give us a rough idea. Right.
Microphone down.
Microphone down. Mic's down. Two hands.
Ready?
Is there a thumb positioning position?
1. Tragedy!
Oh, it is just as simple as that. So, live from Belfast with the newly reformed Steps, if you like. This is Connor Phillips. Thank you very much.
Thank you.